not reflect the opinions of Comcast or its affiliates.
Welcome back to Chicago
Welcome back to Chicago Theater Review. I'm Frank.
Lord.
I had to do a quick run.
Wasn't even a costume change or anything.
We just finished doing the game show. Now, for those in the suburbs, we're in another week, so I have to act like this is all brand new. Okay, I'm Frank. Gail is with us, and Devlin is with us also. So, let's get our train of thoughts going. We are now in the month of November, which means we're going to be heading pretty much into the holiday season with holiday shows. But we're not going to actually talk about any holiday shows. We're going to keep that to our next show, which will be later on in the month over Thanksgiving. So the first show that we're going to talk about is Looking Glass Theater, and it's called The Great Fire. And this is a show that was is actually about the Chicago fire, and it's how people got together. Rich and poor, middle class, upper class, lower class, all in how they had to deal with this devastating fire that destroyed most of Chicago. So if we're ready, hopefully the clips are working, let's see a clip of that show.
That's Bell again.
My heart's far, far away, home and free.
And of course, that's not the Great Chicago Fire. I think we got the wrong clip, or that clip needs to be rewound. So you think of great music. Oh yeah, it is good music. We're going to skip most of the clips, and we're just going to talk about what shows are coming up, okay? Devlin, what have you seen next? What's on your list?
Well, I haven't seen The Great Fire. I also haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, but that was
That's
a
'cause it's not
delight.
here.
Yeah, it was a few months ago, right?
It'd be kind of hard to see it. It's not here.
Is that because
We're really pushing that Beauty and the Beast thing. I have no idea why.
Next time, make sure you catch it.
Devlin, how about urban theater?
Oh, which show was that, Gail?
That was
So many
Madrid show.
theaters. Oh, Madrid
He didn't
show.
want to talk about that.
That's right. Oh, no, I will. Oh, it's great. Madrid is a fantastic actor. He's the lead in the show, and there are a lot of really strange relationships. It takes place in Spain, and his daughter has just come home, and for the first time in years, and she falls in love with this guy that's staying with him, and there's some fantastic acting, and it's a beautiful set. It's in a church, and they have all these great paintings all over the set. It's really pretty.
And I want to mention something, because I don't know if you guys know this, but there were supposed to be 3 theaters that were going to be housed at the Chicago Center for the Performing Arts, and Madrid's was one of them. And at the very last minute, after they had signed contracts, they some religious group decided that they wanted to put their church in there, and so the people backed out after the shows had been mounted and they were ready to go. So they all had to find their own homes, which Madrid did, and he's also very vocal about it. He's a very vocal person and kind of an activist, and he was very vocal about it. And it was really kind of a not a very nice thing because they backed out on the contract, and it was supposed to be, I can't remember, Madrid's theater, and then there were 2 other ones. So, and that was a great space, so it's no longer a theater space. So I'm really glad to see that he got,
It was a great space for that show.
Up and running, because it was really last minute. So kind of
Madrid was supposed to be on our show last month
Yeah.
with Devlin, and what happened was when he got to the studio, they locked him out because the doors were already closed because we started filming. So I apologized to Madrid the next day over that, and he's a very strong vocal person, and his plays actually represent how strong he can be. And so you got it firsthand when you saw this
Yeah,
one.
he's a very powerful actor.
But you also saw another show at the Red Orchid Theater, and that was called Becky Shaw.
Yeah, Becky Shaw is hysterical. It's so much fun. The lead woman, not Becky Shaw, she's the title character, but she's not the lead. The lead woman in the show is so funny. She's just a total mess, and she just can't get anything together. And it's a really, really funny show. Just a lot of situation type comedy.
And then you went to American Theater Company. I should have Devlin do the whole show because he got to see all these things this month.
Yeah, the Amish Project, right? Yeah, it's a one-woman show, which I had no idea going in there, and she plays like 8 different characters, and she's talking about this shooting that happened at an Amish school.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah, it's based on a true story. Not too long ago, maybe like 5 years ago or something. And it's fantastic. It's really powerful, and she plays all these different characters, and she just moves through them completely seamlessly. It's very good.
Great. Gail, what shows have you seen that I haven't?
Well, quite a few. You were out of town for a while. Well, I think are we ready to?
No, well, we still have some time. So let's go to, you went to a new theater that I've never been to, and this will give Gail time to think of a play that she saw, that she keeps throwing into my face. I don't see enough. You went to Fusion, a theater company that I've never heard of, and you saw A Boy in Black.
Yeah, The Boy in Black. It's upstairs in the Royal George. It's a very, very, very tiny space, but it was a cute little show, and they have, they kind of do it like in a cute, tacky sort of way, and it's really cute. It's a cute show.
And the last one that you need to talk about before I get you off the hot seat is a theater company that I haven't heard of, Steep Theater.
Steep Theater, yeah.
And they did a thing called Under the Blue Sky. What'd you think of that?
It's great. It's a one-act. It's like 3 vignettes of different teachers that are and their relationships, and they're all sort of connected once you reflect on the show when you're done. And there's some great acting, and it's kind of soapy, but in a good way. Like they draw knives on each other, and they're all drunk, and well, not drunk, but like drinking wine and yelling at each other. But it's really good. It's not like All My Children or anything like that. It's great.
Now that we got the young boys, I can now talk about some of the old plays that are playing. Now, there's some new stuff coming in that's already playing, and that'll be Drury Lane is doing The Sound of Music. We did have a clip of it, but it's not working too well. today, so we'll be editing that in for the suburbs, so they'll get the clip of The Sound of Music. And at the same day, Marriott is opening up their new show, and I gotta stop pointing my pencil so much, and they're doing White Christmas. And of course, White Christmas was here last year at the auditorium, which was done through Broadway in Chicago, which did not get a great review. But I have a feeling with Marriott, they have never disappointed me yet in 4 years. They should be doing a great performance, so I'll be seeing that this week. And then the last thing that's coming to Chicago through Broadway in Chicago is Memphis. Memphis is a musical that basically deals in the 50s and early 60s on when radio, basically a white radio station had this DJ actually put on gospel and soul music, which became the premier marking for rock and roll, which took on later in the 50s. So it's a great musical, has some great music, has some great talent. So I do recommend that.
My name is Huey. I'm the Bluey. Now let's again. A rhythm and bluey. 2, 3, 4. Open your eyes like
You're tuning into Memphis, the 2010 Tony Award-winning Best Musical that is blowing the roof off of Broadway and coming to a city near you. Memphis is sensuous, soulful, tuneful, and theatrical, the very essence of what a Broadway musical should be.
Gail, is there anything that's coming up that you need to tell people about?
There's going to be a lot of holiday shows coming up.
The
Everybody's
Christmas,
doing
well, the Christmas Schooner's coming
Christmas
back.
Schooner's going to be at Mercury Theater, and then American Blues Theater always does It's a Wonderful Life, the radio play, which I think is really, really, really fun to see with all the sound effects on stage and everything. And it's just going to be a whole slew of, like, Theater Wit is doing the Santaland Diaries, and there's all sorts of comedies, and someone's doing a Hanukkah show this year for me, thank you.
Really? That's good. Is that going to be a short show?
It's going to be 8 nights. 8 long nights. So it's gonna be fun. So now I'm ready.
You're ready.
Now I'm ready. So here's the thing. You know, you always remember. You know, they always say you remember your first kiss. You know, your first this, your first that. Well, you know, people in the theater remember their first Broadway play. We were talking about that, and mine happened to be Pippin. A million years ago on Broadway with, and I was telling my friends last night because they didn't know. I said, do you know who played the grandmother in the original Pippin? Was Irene Ryan, Granny, who then died. We Googled it last night, and she died like a year or two after it opened. And Ben Vereen, and this is the year of Stephen Schwartz. Everybody's doing something Stephen Schwartz, and you don't really see Pippin. I think I saw it. I don't even know when it was done last year. It's rarely done.
You mostly see it in high schools.
Or colleges.
High schools and colleges are the ones that basically do it. And so I have never seen it in a major theater here in Chicago in a long time.
Well, so here's the thing, and it's a hard show to do, but BOHO has I think they managed to pull it off. By the way, congratulations, it was Jeff recommended.
Thank you.
And I was there last night with some friends from the Jeff Committee, and here's my personal attachment to it. So I think Corner of the Sky is I don't know what it is about that song. To me, it's one of the, I don't know, there's something about that song, and then there's something about the show. You know, it's so, I remember when I saw it on Broadway, and you see this huge stage, and there's all these elaborate costumes, and, you know, the set is so elaborate. You guys did a scaled down version, and then at the end, you know, they take everything away. It's got a meaning, you know. There's a meaning to Pippin too, and I just loved it, and so I was so excited when I found out that you'd be able to do Corner of the Sky here on the show, because that's kind of my favorite thing. So I'm going to introduce these two people. This is, if I screw up your names, please just tell me. Sean Nathan Bear, who plays Pippin, and by the way, you did a great job. And this is Dana. How do you say your last name? Tretta. And actually, one of our cameramen said that I know you from somewhere, from Theo Ubukwe. And you do a lot of theater in Chicago. And you're one of those very well-liked actresses, by the way. We were talking.
That's a good, thank you.
We were talking about last night. You know, you're professionally and personally, people really seem to gravitate towards you. So,
sweet.
and you play Catherine. You're really in the second half of the show. So tell us what Pippin. What's Pippin about?
Before you say that, I do want to say one thing. This is going to give a chance for our engineer to change to the tape that says BOHO Theater.
So we know.
So, because, you know, now that I...
No tapes. Okay. Well, that's not going to give them a chance. But we're going to see it live. So, anyhow,
We can chat.
tell us a little bit about, tell us what Pippin's about.
Want to take this?
Sure,
Pippin?
absolutely. Well, I mean, Pippin, it follows the story of Pippin, the firstborn son of Charlemagne, and he has this desire, he has this need to find complete and ultimate fulfillment in life. He's so focused on finding it, honestly, that he almost misses everything that's happening as he's experiencing it, because he's so focused on finding that one perfect thing. So he has the leading player sort of manipulating him through all these things to get him to try all kinds of stuff, war, sex, politics, and it's such an interesting journey because he gets so excited, and then he completely fails, and then the player picks him back up, and he goes to try something else, and it's sort of this snowballing journey to try to find ultimate fulfillment,
Which I think a lot of people do, and then. If we say what he finds in the end, are we giving it away, or it doesn't really?
Don't give away the ending.
But he does. But he ends up finding it, and it's something so simple.
Well, and I think that the beauty of its simplicity is that he found it by chance. He found something he wasn't looking for. You know, and it was at the most vulnerable points in his journey. You know. Meets Catherine, and the experience is totally different than everything else, and he starts to experience things as they happen, as opposed to what he expects them to be.
So it's really that old thing, you know, don't go out search. You know, things will come to you when they come to you, right?
And I think just a life lesson you learn as you age, you think extraordinary is going to be fireworks or something outrageous that you never could have expected, and you start to realize that sometimes the simple things, or just a relationship with a family or a significant other, anything like that, that's extraordinary. To go through your life with someone that you can wake up with every day and not want to, that's extraordinary.
Well, you guys get very close in the sense that I was watching, they have a thing called Backstage Pass with BOHO Theater. And so you can see actually the work that went into making this production, which means you guys have to not only know how to sing, act, but also dance and do a lot of other little things.
Let me mention too about there was some phenomenal dancing up there. I mean, Devlin actually saw the show, wrote the review. I know he loved it. He loved it.
Thank you.
I really saw
some
of the best dancers on that small stage. That was the choreography was really incredible.
Yeah.
You know, it was more than I could hope for.
If the clip is working, let's see if we can play that clip of the backstage, because then when you come back, we got a special treat. We're actually going to get a song out of this show.
Mm-hmm.
So, is the clip working?
Now listen to me closely while the devil to the slave separates the charlatan from the charlatan. As we go yeah. Talk to my head. I love it. Hello. You okay?
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Was the backstage pass of Pippin, which was basically, it was the outtakes, which I always find outtakes are so much better. Because if you ever see the outtakes to this show, for 1995, you can get the DVD from Gail for the last 4 years of outtakes, of all the mistakes that
All
we
outtakes.
made. But we do have a special treat. Sean Bear is actually going to sing a song from Pippin. Which song?
Corner of the Sky.
He's going to sing Corner of the Sky. So hopefully if we can get
And this is how the show starts with Corner of the Sky is Pippin's kind of his introductory song to his journey that he's going to take over the next couple hours of the show.
So whenever they're ready, they can play that DVD that we gave them.
Everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit on the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go? Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. Every man has his daydreams, every man has his goal. People like the way dreams have of sticking to the soul. Thunderclouds have their lightning, nightingales have their song. And don't you see, I want my life to be something more than long. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky. So many men seem destined to settle for something small, but I won't rest until I know I'll have it all. So don't ask where I'm going, just listen when I'm gone. And far away you'll hear me singing softly to the dawn. Rivers belong where they can ramble. Eagles belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
Excellent, excellent. That was Sean Bear.
Wow.
I can see why they now picked him.
Very
He's
good.
got a very good range. Now, this show is only playing for a month, right?
Yeah.
It's only playing until November 16th.
November 13th.
13th.
actually.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent job.
Thank you.
That
Now-
was,
You
Wow.
made Gail happy. She's now going to leave me alone for at least 2-3 days.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
that was incredible. You put so much heart and soul into that. And you know, and you guys do a number together too that is, it's so beautiful. The two of you together have really good chemistry.
Thank
But you know what? Typical with this show, even with all the flaws, we always run out of time on stuff.
It happens.
So, I do want to say Pippin's playing at BOHO Theater.
But it's at
Theater Wit.
It's the Theater
It's at
Wit,
Theater Wit.
which,
and
by the way, the space there are great. 773, all those spaces, great.
you can
All
get it
redone.
on www.bohotheater.com. I highly recommend everybody get on it. It's an excellent, excellent show. I admit, I was supposed to go last night. And
Frank!
I spent my time preparing for this
Well,
show, getting all these things. So
You have until November 13th.
I will be seeing it.
Well, we absolutely loved it, and please get out and see it because really, who knows when it'll be done again? I mean, it is not done very often, and
now that I heard the voice, I really do want to see the whole show. So, from Chicago Theater Review, what? I have a minute and a half. Good.
Oh.
Let's go.
let's talk a little bit more. So you have a cabaret thing too?
Yep, it's called Catalyst Cabaret. We've been together a little over a year now, and we have 2 more shows left this month at the Stage 773 Cabaret Space on the 23rd and 30th at 6 p.m. Those are Sundays.
And this is your own. This is your own. And Dana, you know you.
I'll be doing It's a Wonderful Life, the radio play, but out at Fox Valley Rep in St. Charles.
Oh, okay, the old Noble Fool.
That's the old Noble Fool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? Last year I think it was done like at 3 places simultaneously.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
I'm
I can't get enough of that. So.
Yeah, it's great.
That's great.
It'll be
great,
fun.
Great. So
But
you're
you are on a lot of different shows that keep coming back and forth. As I've seen you at least in 2 or 3 different things over the years.
I've been blessed.
you're a working actress.
Okay.
Wish I was getting paid a little bit more, but yeah.
And what are you going to do after the cabaret thing? And Pippin, do you have anything else coming up right now?
I'll be doing a holiday show with Chicago Kids Company called Mrs. Claus. I'm playing Lucky the Elf.
I could see it. You've got the face. You definitely got the face for it.
You have the personality.
I think we ran out of time. Let's go to it. Chicago. This is Frank, Gail, Devlin. We'll see you next month.
Thank you very much. Get out and see Pippin.
Thank you.